never tuck your town, I showed you that. Just here to put the city on the map. You bumping up your chest, but just relax. For your benefit, just keep it rapping. There were some dark days and some hard days. And like this feeling days, you couldn't make it on Broadway. Big Brad Bronson, the bully, they can't belittle me. Plotting to get rid of me. Hottest in 2 industries, hottest for 2 decades, with scriptures for 2 centuries. Just to get the message, clap messengers and who sent for me. Success is not the purest form of payback. These weirdos supposed to say they wouldn't say that. Keep it clean and never bring dirt where you lay at. The way we move and you would think we link.
What is going on, family? We are bike.
What up? We back, people.
Oh man, that was a dope first hour, man.
It
with
was.
High Optic Basketball.
Absolutely.
Great energy.
He dropped some, great energy. He dropped some gems. Gave us some insights of what the brand's really about, which I didn't even know about. So
Me neither.
That's
I didn't know they had the tutoring program. Like, it's a legit mentorship. It's not even just like a AAU basketball program.
Exactly. They guiding these young kids through life. That's fine. It don't get no better than that.
I mean, you can't have basketball without life lessons, man.
That's a fact.
And then, he was out here talking about how they're trying to raise money, and he has his 501(c), and who better to have on the show? Who better to have on the show than Mec Millions himself?
The money man.
Mec Mills, I see you.
What's going on, brother?
Round of applause.
How you doing? How you doing, man?
Happy New Year and all that.
Yes,
Good to see you guys. And
Happy New Year, man.
Always good to
a
link
pleasure.
up, brother, man. How you been, man?
Good, man. Hanging in there. Hungover from 2020, but
So some of the 2020 still lingering a bit,
but
yeah.
I think 2020 was eye opening though.
That's a fact.
It was for a lot of people who were able to take what it was, having to sit still, but a lot of people sat still, and a lot of people took that as an opportunity to pivot and into other things, and that they wouldn't have normally thought to do if they didn't have to sit still.
That's a fact.
You
You're
know?
right, nah. Because
So it showed a lot of growth came, and a lot of those entrepreneurs and a lot of those thinkers pivoted and it didn't affect them as much as it affected those that are used to just going in
being
to that
told
9
what
to
to
5.
do. Yeah. No, that's what I was gonna say.
I think
Pandemic brought out
2020.
the hustle, man.
Exactly. I think 2020 was for the creatives, because we got a chance to get out the rat race, get off that hamster wheel, and really just focus on your craft and really plan it out. Because if you're a creative, the hardest part for me anyway, the hardest side is the organization part of it. So you got mad ideas. How you bring them to life, and that's what 2020 gave you time to do. Bring them to life.
Yeah. Like with the league, right? The league was, VOH League, of course, wasn't able to function or go through, but what do we do?
Yeah, I mean, you know me, man.
He's
That's why I was keeping quiet through the whole thing, man. Y'all know how I give it up, man. I don't care what people are talking about. I don't care how y'all feel. We're going to keep this going. The reason why we're going to keep this going is because there's a lot of things that need to be done. There was a lot of kids out here that had no direction. Imagine how many kids out here with no direction, no nothing. And I'm not perfect. Believe me, man. I made plenty of mistakes, man. Believe that. So what we're out here doing is we're out here making things happen for others. Which is a beautiful thing. So during the quarantine season, we had no basketball. Like, nobody had basketball pretty much. But VOH basketball had Baby Dunk.
Yep.
Yes.
VOH basketball had VOH Day. We had Chopped, where we helped out some guys that maybe they didn't have it during the pandemic. And they made some money during Chopped.
Playing ball.
So we helped some of them out. That's what's Then we had the 3-on-3 tournament.
Yes.
Two of them.
Shout out to Old Stone, man.
Shout out
2
to Old
3-on-3
Stone
tournaments.
Word.
Then we had what we do last. Oh, we had the game, Team 57. Oh my God, Team 57 versus the family.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So think about this. All these other people that are telling you like, yo, the reason I didn't do it is because I'm waiting for the right time.
There was no right
time for VOH basketball. We had to make the time.
Yes.
You feel me? We had to create the time.
You got to make the time.
So that's all. To anybody that was dealing with anything throughout the whole 2020 pandemic. We are here with you. It was crazy. It was rough. So I'm not just sliding over that like it was nothing. Because there was plenty of losses.
Yes.
Believe that.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, you still had to get up and do what you had to do. So if you didn't do anything in 2020,
that should tell you something.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't take any initiative
You were
throughout
working.
2020,
You were working, not a
see,
boss.
that's
That's not the end of
It's,
the
yeah, I mean,
world,
it's not
but
a bad thing,
Yeah.
but you have to know exactly who you are.
take some
Exactly.
initiative.
Yeah.
You're
That's
a
all.
worker, and sooner or later you should come work for us. That's all.
Hey, we
But
always
not-
looking.
Not for me.
But it's like boss's own.
Don't come work for me if you got that mentality, because I don't want you to work for me. I want you to work with me.
Yeah.
So if I gotta drag you and pull you and tell you where to go and how to do, and it ain't gonna work, because me, I hate being told that myself. I'm pretty sure these two guys could tell you behind the scenes, yo, man, you can't be, bro, not even that, not even no like that. It's just like, bro, my bad, but you know I gotta go.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to just be sitting waiting. Like, I gotta go. Like,
feel you.
right now, this day, it doesn't make sense. It don't make sense today. Give me a few weeks, and then now it's like, oh, I remember you doing that now.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes it be like that.
Yeah, it takes time.
But I'm a wild dude like that. I gotta be in the mix. I gotta be out. I gotta be with the people. I'm a networker. You feel me? Some people aren't networkers. I'm good
That's true.
in different environments. I'm good in different climates. I'm good with a lot of different people. That's why, thankfully, Mecca put me on. He let me know, like, yo, you need to get your 501(c)(3). You need to make this thing official, bro. Like,
Yes.
do this for real.
Protect
Get
it.
this
But
nonprofit.
also, the key is like you said, like, you're good at one thing, right? I'm good at one thing, and my brother Z here is good at one
And
thing,
that's how it works.
and we work together.
Do your
Yep.
job.
You know, and we play well off each other. So to step back with introductions of who I am, I mean, we kind of just jumped into it, but yeah,
Mec Mill.
you know, Mecca, yeah, you know, Mec Mill is for short, I guess.
That's your Instagram. That's your Instagram. I'm saying.
But yeah, so
Plugging you, brother.
So yeah, so I mean, I went to college for accounting. I majored in finances.
What college?
And,
Don't skip over.
No, I'm gonna keep it. I'm
Okay,
gonna keep it
okay.
real because like I'm from the Bronx, born and raised, right? So
VX stand up.
So I went to Bronx Community,
Okay.
and then I graduated from Lehman College, and I've been working at Fortune 500 companies since
That's
I've
what's up,
graduated.
brother.
So you
That's
know,
what's up.
it's that's one of those things that it's not like I've worked next to Harvard graduates and Yale graduates, and we're getting the same salary, right? When we starting out, so
Yep.
that's one thing that I like to teach the youth. Like what we like to do at the MOR Foundation is we like to do we did the career days, right? And I'm an accountant, and that's not the sexiest job in the world, right? So, but I go into those kids and I like to speak to them and let them know, like, look, I'm you. I sat in those seats.
Where was that? Parkchester we
We were
went?
in we were in Parkchester that
PS
time.
127.
How long ago was that?
127,
For
that
those
was
that don't know about that.
2000.
2019. Was it 19?
I think it was.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
I think it was 18.
It
yeah.
might be 2018.
I think
No,
it
it's
was.
19. It was 19.
Oh, the start. Actually, it was
Oh,
the
yeah.
start of
Of 19.
2019.
Yeah,
2019,
Sorry,
yes, yes,
yes.
start of
Yeah,
2019.
it was like
February,
maybe-
March.
Yeah, so it was 19. So
Okay.
like we went down, you know, we went together. But you guys been doing that, you know, they've been doing that all the time. We
Locally,
always,
yeah,
I've been doing it for a long time now.
That's what's up, giving back.
I got a lot of friends that are, you know, in the education field.
Okay.
And I go to different schools every once in a while just
That's dope.
to speak to the kids, like you know, just to let them know like there's more to it than, you know, your neighborhood and whatever else.
That was
You
my
know,
first
it's-
time being in a school. I'm just gonna let y'all know that was my first time talking to a bunch of school, like in a school setting, like with
yeah,
that
talking
type
to
of.
the
That
kids.
was the first time. Like I talk to kids all the time in different settings,
yeah.
but like actual like career
career
day,
day.
where they're saying like this guy is an entrepreneur. Like
Yes.
I've
Yeah,
never
yeah.
had that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But we spoke at the rec. But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
prior to that, we never had like
you
yo,
said, a school setting.
to be recognized in that light.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
that's
it was
different.
different.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
very
Yeah, it
different to
is.
be recognized in that light. You know.
Yes, it is.
Word, somebody asked Brad for his autograph that day.
Yeah, word?
That's serious.
That's what's
It's
up.
it's
That's
about
what's
the
up.
presentation, so it's really
Yeah.
about, you know,
Yeah,
it
so
was
like,
different.
so I was like, you know, when we were going in, I was going in as an accountant. So you know what, we have the MOR Foundation, we got VOH League, and we have MOR Apparel. We're gonna bring them in as entrepreneurs, right? We want these
Right.
kids to see that you can be an entrepreneur as well, because you got the doctors that come in, you got the firefighters, but
Right.
it's not everyone doesn't have a career path chosen, right? So. For those that question what they want to do and not sure yet what they do, okay, you can be an entrepreneur. You can get out there and do whatever you like and what you love, and you can start your own business, right? So
Word.
that's another thing. Like I can say in 2020, like I've helped at least 10 to 15 people start their business.
That's what's up.
Right? Because in
Kudos to
2020,
you,
something came up, something went off, and I'm like, okay, like, I like I said, like creators, they're sitting at home now, and they're like, I gotta get this out, and people are telling me to, and like I with networking, and everyone's saying like, oh, you can touch base with my friend here, Mecca, he can help you set up your LLC or set up your, and then once they find the information, like, oh, this is it. It's like, that's it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? It's like, wait, that's it? Like, that's all it took? Like, that's all. Like, why did I wait so long?
Exactly.
Because it's mind blowing until people do it.
People think that you have to have millions and millions in capital or to start a business, or you have to have a lawyer, you got to have this and you got to have that. And no, not necessarily.
But that ties into miseducation, yo.
Exactly.
There's a lot of people that that come from where we come from,
and they don't have the
information.
No idea.
And they don't have the information.
Exactly.
Because it's generational.
Exactly.
There's no generational information on the topic.
Fact.
We taught how to work.
That's it.
Pretty much.
Parents were taught how to work.
That's the
They
American
teach you how to
dream,
work.
right?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
all right, my parents are immigrants. I'm first born here, right? So for them, it's like, okay, you're gonna go to school, you're gonna get a job, you're gonna get a house, you're gonna get a wife, and then you're gonna retire. So I'm supposed to start living when I'm 65.
When I'm 65. Oh man.
And then
Yeah.
And
Why
that's
not?
the American dream. That's what you dreamed about. Like, nah, I don't want to have fun.
You
when
can't
I'm
even
65.
carry your luggage when you're going to travel.
for real,
Bro.
At
real.
65,
Be real. At
like,
65, you can't even carry your own luggage at 65 while you're going to
And
travel.
we're talking about people that probably worked in like factories or you know what I mean,
Word.
hard labor,
blue collar
blue
work.
collar jobs.
Word.
At 65, you know what your body is like,
It's a wrap.
Yes.
It's a wrap.
65
That's
after
right.
being in a factory for 30 years.
Bro.
What vacations you going on?
30. Think about you graduate high
Wait,
school.
when you
Oh
graduate
yeah, that's
high
true.
school,
Yeah, actually, my bad. We talking that time period.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
imagine
but
you
still.
17, 16.
bro.
You know, you worked at this factory
50
40 years,
years.
50 years. You worked at this
You might
factory,
get
right?
a gold watch when you
And you
retire.
gotta watch.
It's even.
You got a party. They cut you some cake.
Cake. Goodbye.
Sometimes that's it.
Then Monday morning came,
And they put your job up.
and somebody was already in your seat.
seat.
Yep.
Yep.
Monday morning
Fact.
It's just a number.
after 30 years of service.
Still a
And
number.
a lot of thing is, a lot of people die taking their passions to the grave.
Ooh, hold on. You got bars too? You got an old mixtape?
That's a jewel, though.
That's a gem
That's a
and a
jewel.
bar.
You must have an old mixtape somewhere, Mecca. That's bars right there.
Nah, that's
But
a
that,
fact.
but that's what it is, and like
Man.
we get shunned for like if you still like music and you haven't made it yet, like what's the definition of making
Making it. Oh,
You know what I mean? Like
I'm happy.
Like,
I
what's-
made it.
like,
Success
this
is a relative thing.
if you
Right.
Subjective, bro.
tie a dollar amount to success, then you'll never be
You'll never.
successful.
Oh, bars.
I tie happiness to it. Like, am I
That's a
happy
fact.
with what I'm doing?
Yes.
Is this bringing me joy?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
a-
I can
before-
work 9 to 5,
That's
but
a
what am
gem,
I
man.
doing between 6 and 9 or 6 to 10? Like, I got those hours too.
Yep.
Word.
Mecca, that's amazing you said that, because I'll say this. When I had a meeting at Jive Records, that was the first thing he said when we sat down. He didn't even play the song, nothing. First thing he said, listen, it's one of two things, fame or fortune.
Yep.
You don't get both in this game.
Pretty much.
Word.
He told me that in the early 2000s. You
Yeah.
think I forgot that when I sat in that chair and that man at Jive Records told me that, looked me in my face? He didn't even play a song. He didn't even hear me spit. I didn't even introduce myself.
Yeah.
He just
He's
told me
like, yo.
before I sat down. He was just like, hold on.
Where you at with it?
What you want? Do you want fame or do you want fortune?
Some people doing it for the likes, man.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, if you're doing it
Foolish.
for the fame, you're not
Foolish.
really passionate
You're-
about it.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
And some
Word.
people's passion die because they have a job. I remember my mother.
Oh,
You know,
yes.
like my mother was telling me, "Oh, go. You know, you're doing what you can. Just get a government job. You get good benefits." And that's not what I want. That's not what.
Word.
That's not what I want to do.
Word.
I don't care about the benefits. You know, I don't care about the pension and the.
Yeah.
Word.
Nah, I want to be happy what I'm doing.
And I could
Absolutely.
probably make 10 times more than what that pension is making.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And it's crazy because back in my 20s, like I took the college route, so I'm thinking the whole time like, oh, when I make $100,000, I'm lit.
I'm gonna be happy.
I hit that $100,000 in my 20s, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
you're like,
this is
not
I feel
it.
the same, man.
Yeah.
All right, so 150, hit that, and it's just it's no
just you're gonna
amount
keep
of money
going,
is gonna be
yeah.
happy.
It's
Exactly.
never gonna make you
It's
happy,
never-
man.
Money is not gonna make you
It's the
happy.
passion.
So like,
Yeah.
but I'm sure now when you're up at night after the 9 to 5 and you're
Till
doing
4
things
in the morning,
for
6 in the morning.
Yeah.
I never used to do that. Corporate 501, don't hit me up.
Yeah.
Not answering until tomorrow. I promise. Sorry to my clients if you're watching this, but
Yeah.
before the MOR, hit me up. You hit me
Anytime.
up 3 in the morning.
Don't hit me up. 7 to 3, 7 to 3 Monday through Thursday.
Not even Friday.
That's how I'm giving it up. 7 to 3 Monday through Thursday. That's how I'm giving it up.
You know,
Man.
Too funny. I'm glad we can have fun. But yeah, man.
Exactly.
Matt, keep going. Talk about your story, man. So what really got you so passionate about finances?
Yeah.
No.
Right.
Because independence
finance.
is one thing,
Yeah.
but being passionate about numbers, because that has to be a different type of passion, because numbers can be boring, bro.
yeah, no, they are. But the numbers don't lie, right? There's no.
Yo, this nah. I'm checking that piff. I'm about to check that piff when we get out of here, man. I know you got something on there.
There's no emotion behind numbers, right? There's no
That's a
emotion
fact.
behind it. 1 and 1 is
All
2.
fact.
Like no matter how you feel,
Yeah.
Word.
1 and 1 is 2. So
Word.
like that was that part of it. Like you can't argue the numbers, right?
Nope.
That
Word.
was something that like that's what it was for me, right? So like I'll say in 3rd grade, my 3rd grade teacher, he's just. While other teachers used to I didn't realize like I was gifted, right? No one realized I was gifted. I'm in the public school system. And
Yeah, they're not paying
if
attention.
They're not paying attention, right? So like prior to 3rd grade, like if I finish my work first, I'll start messing with somebody else because I'm done. They're like, oh, put your head down or go for a walk or whatever. I had a 3rd grade teacher that he was like, yo, he started labeling. He empowered me. He said, yo, you're a math genius. I was getting hundreds on tests, and now I'm holding it. I'm a math genius. This is what I do, right? And anytime
But that's what it takes, though.
no,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Word.
It was
Word.
an inspiration. Mr. Tracy used to
Acknowledgement.
remember this.
Word.
So, like, when I was done with my work, he'll give me more work. He'll give me something harder. So while the kids, so I'm feeling like special, right? Because
Yeah.
everyone else is
Word.
still doing this, and I'm done. He's like, you know what? You're not gonna best with anybody else. Here's something more for you. Here's some 4th grade work. I'm doing 4th grade work.
Did you ever look at it as punishment?
No,
Because I know sometimes at that level, some kids
No,
might
yeah.
look at it. You know what I mean?
No, but the way he looked, he said, hey, look, you're as smart as a 4th grader. His 4th grade
Yeah,
math.
see, that's what he
Ah,
did
the
different.
way here's some
It's
5th
the
grade math.
packaging.
Yeah, his
Yeah, the
angle
way
was
that-
crazy.
yeah, it's like the
Yeah,
way
I respect that, man. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Like, yo,
so
you're
then-
a math whiz. And
Word.
it's like,
Word.
I'm like, what, him?
Yeah, exactly.
He empowered me.
Yes.
Right?
Word,
So
word.
that is what I want to do when I speak to the youth. I want to empower them, right? So like when I speak in these, I'm like an accountant, right? I tell them about, the Boston Tea Party. I tell them about taxes, and I tell them about everything else. But then I start to ask them what they want to do, right? And one kid said, I want to work in GameStop. I said, why? He's like, I like video games. I'm like, all right, do you know that you can get paid to play video games? Do you know that you can create a video game? Do you know that you can own a GameStop? Like,
Yep.
Shout out to Last Life Gaming.
What up?
there you
Big
go.
shout out.
Like that. There's a whole nother. That there's YouTube channels that people play online and they
Yep.
get paid to. You can do more than just work in GameStop if you love games. I want to
That's a fact.
open their
That's great
minds to it.
advice.
The
Word.
same way that my mind was open on numbers and everything else. That's how I'm sorry, but I can't leave my sister out of it. So like I was getting these great grades, and my sister like, oh, you should be an accountant. In 3rd grade, I didn't know what an accountant was.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say, did you know what it was?
I didn't know what it was. I said, wait a second, 3rd grade. I swear to you.
That's great.
8 years old, like, you know what? I should be an accountant.
No, but my
That's
sister,
crazy.
my older sister, she was
Yeah,
like, yo, you should
that's
be an
crazy.
accountant. I was like, I don't know what an accountant is, but that's what she said I should be, and that's what I'm gonna be. And I'm headstrong, so I was like, all right, that's what I'm gonna be. And like, if you look at my junior high school yearbook, it says, what do you want to be? Like, mine says accountant. There are people that had
That's
rapper,
dope, yeah.
basketball player, fashion designer. I wasn't good at ball. I was okay. I wasn't good.
Nah, you had a jump shot. You had a jump
Yeah.
shot. You had a jump shot. I'll vouch for that.
I made the team. You know what I mean? Like I made the team and everything else. But I played with so many people that that you can just see them when they enter the court. You know what I mean? Like I'm not that guy.
Yeah, there's levels. There's levels. There's
Like,
absolutely levels.
You know, like certain people that I play with.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been
Carl
where
Krauser.
exactly. Like so when you playing next to him, it's like, all right,
It's like,
I'll get picked. I'm not getting picked first, obviously.
shout
And
out
little
Carl
did I
Krauser.
know I'm gonna get a growth spurt when in my 11th grade. Like, all right, late in my life is when I got my growth spurt finally. So it's like, all right, after I done gave up on my hoop dream,
After I cashed in on being an accountant.
I grow a foot in the summer.
That's not funny. Like, oh, you want to be an accountant, huh? Yeah, here you go.
I'm a 6'2" accountant, and everybody go, you play ball?
While Brett Bronson
Playing ball all his life.
you feel me? While Brett Bronson, on the other hand, hooping his heart out, wishing on every star possible, no growth spurt. Every time with the pencil, I'm breaking the pencil's fake. I know I grew.
There's something wrong with the wall.
Mom, what's wrong with this wall? Mecca over here, growth spurt.
Exactly.
Crazy. That's funny, yo.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but like you said, I mean, we played. I mean, of course,
Yeah.
you know. But like you said, he still followed that passion, right? Like,
Word.
I
I just
translated the passion into something else.
Something
I understood that.
Exactly.
I love basketball where I love basketball to the point I'm passionate about basketball. So I learned about basketball. You feel me? So now with learning about basketball, I took all that and ran a league.
Yep.
Don't tell me that you want to run a league if you don't know anything about basketball as a whole.
Yeah.
Not
And-
like I can score or not know.
Nah.
Like basketball, the
Yeah,
game.
the game.
The
The
game.
game.
Yeah.
How about this? I'm gonna say it like this: if basketball never changed your life, if you can't feel in your heart that basketball changed your life in any way, this ain't for you.
That's a fact.
Period.
Fact.
That's
Yeah.
a fact.
That's all I'm
And
saying.
it's you know, it's the same thing with like team sports. It's team building.
Yes.
It's team. You know, it's there's a lot with it, like working together, and you know what I mean. And it's not about there's no I in team. Like we got a team here, right?
Yep.
Like and we
Word.
every analogy that they speak about, that's what we live.
Yeah.
You know, like that's
Pretty
what we
much.
do. Like we work well or with each other.
Word,
Right, and
word.
we wherever we're strong at, and the thing is, like we take in each other's, you know, we let each other speak, and we take in all the information that we can.
There's no yes men at this table.
There's none.
At all.
But
All
the thing
dogs.
is, we
No yes
never.
men.
The thing is, we never stop looking for information.
As you
Like
should.
that, the
That's a
learning
fact.
never
That's the
stops.
key.
I'm a lifelong learner. Like
Yep.
we're lifelong
fact.
learners.
That's a
We're
fact.
learning, and that's just something that we're passionate about. Everything that we find passionate, we're gonna know A to Z about it.
That's a
You know, what I
fact.
mean? and that's definitely it. So it's like I said, like within this pandemic, it's shine light on a lot of things. Like I said, there
Yes.
was like at least 10 people came like, I want to start a business now. It's
Word.
because they got to sit down.
Word.
They
Had the time
think.
to sit down and they started to think, and it was eating them up inside. Like I got to start. Like what do I do? And like, oh, I got a friend that he can help you out. You know, so
So without giving any too much information, you know, outside of a consultation, that's bars by the way.
yeah,
How do you tell the people at home about LLCs? Because you know that I'm pretty sure that is the
That's the
main
big
thing
one.
that's jumping up for you now. Like,
Yeah.
how do I get my LLC?
Word.
So
how
like,
do I start a corporation?
yeah.
How do I
So
start my business?
so let the people know without, like I said, because you know you got to get your business
Yes,
house is your
yes.
business house player. So
Exactly. So like to start a business, it's all you need is a name, right, and an address, pretty much. And depending on what state, and depending on the state that you're in, it's the fee to start or to register your business is between $100 and $200. So for $100, you can have everything on paper, and then with that you get your business bank account.
Yep.
And with that you start to build your credit, your business credit.
Credit.
outside of your personal individual
Yes.
credit, right?
Yes.
So then that's how.
that's a different side of credit.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's.
Let me let y'all
All
know.
that,
But
yeah.
think about it, all it takes is $100 to $200 to start.
it.
But
what if it's
Skip
what,
on that one
what,
pair of Yeezys.
what if I'm not ready, man?
exactly.
Or what if I'm not ready? What if it's not my time?
Then it's never gonna be.
You know what I mean? Like,
There's no
Go-
such thing as perfect. Like when is there a
Oh,
perfect time?
thank
If you're thinking about start it now, then start it now. Slow motion is better than no motion,
That's
right?
a fact. And if you're
That's
not,
this guy's on that piff. I'm sure he got a mixtape on that
He's
piff.
got a crazy discography. I don't know, man. He's got more than mixtapes. I think he got albums.
This guy got something going on that piff that we gotta check out, boy.
A lot of gems.
Too many
For real.
gems.
But yeah, but like in all honesty, like that's what it is. It's just start.
Yeah.
Just
That's a
start.
fact,
Like
yeah.
that's it. Like don't be
that's great advice.
scared to take that jump. Nothing good comes from being comfortable. Nothing great comes from being comfortable.
That's a fact.
When you step outside your comfort zone, the world opens up to you.
That's
fact,
that's
bro.
why
It's
you
just
got a
like,
network.
Like when you're playing basketball, right? Like you could be the best on your block, but what does that really mean when
Nothing.
as big as the world is?
fact.
So many blocks.
I mean, that's
You
what I
gotta
tell
step
him.
outside your comfort zone. You gotta play the people on that block, and who's the best now? You gotta play the best in the Bronx. You gotta play the best in the city, the best
Yep.
in the state,
Yep.
best in the country, and that'll make you the best in the world.
And you still not the best.
You're
And you
still
still
not
not the best in the world.
That's a fact.
Word.
You know what I mean? But you
That's
just
a
gotta
fact.
step. You
Yeah.
gotta be scared. You gotta just take that first step off your block.
But that's why I feel like that's why I like today's guests, because
Yeah.
previously we were talking with High Optics,
Oh, yeah.
and we were talking about dogs, right? Like just the dog mentality, and I feel like even in this situation, it's the same thing. Like if you're not a dog with that dog mentality to get up, get out, and go get it, it's not gonna work
Yeah.
in
The-
any situation
the
you're
key
in.
is
That's a
consistency.
fact.
Yeah.
Right? Like
yes.
a lot of people start, but do you keep?
Word.
Do
Are
you
you
continue?
consistent?
Word.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a
You
fact,
gotta
bro.
keep
No,
reminding
the-
people, especially the attention span today, you got to remind them every single day what you do and why you do it.
Why you do it? Yep.
And the day you don't, they act like you never
forget.
told them.
Yeah, they'll forget.
Exactly.
Immediately.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's consistency. That's the key. That's what separates the haves from the have not. I mean, not always what separates the haves from the, but that's what separates those that are in that position. And any person that you talk to when they tell their stories, oh, I kept doing this and then I went back and I did this and I knocked on this door and I knocked on that door and I kept going and I just didn't.
I just kept going. I
just
didn't
kept
stop,
going.
no matter how many no's I heard. That's usually the same. That's usually the same story.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the time,
and
bro.
That's the story. That's it. Like that's what there's so many excuses in 2020, right? You can have so many. Like it was okay. And I'm not taking that away from anybody. There's a lot of loss. There's a lot of. But okay, now it's 2021.
What you gonna do now?
It's the same situation.
It's tomorrow. Like the clock didn't strike midnight, and then something new happened.
Yeah.
Like everything go away. Like
First of all, new year, new me. You heard? Clock struck midnight. Nah, that's the funniest thing. I don't knock nobody for feeling that way, but it's just funny to me because it doesn't make sense.
If you really felt that way, felt that way, you wouldn't worry about the new year. You would have just did it that day.
That day.
Nah, because Cinderella said.
Yeah.
First of all, Cinderella said after 12.
Cinderella said, now Cinderella dead.
Oh my, yo, Z Blink's on, yo. Z Blink is back. Z Blink is back. I know he's on that picture.
You know I'm on that.
Yeah, we know that. We know that.
Z Blink is back.
Oh, get the deep voice in there.
That's funny, man. Yo, it's good that we could stay up here and have like such great energy, considering that, you know, this is not like, for you at least, in my opinion, this is not like a work space for you. Like, we've been around each other damn near our whole lives, you know, interacting with each other on a personal level, you know, obviously family, cousins, you know, block, you know, like everything, you know. So, you know, so it's a great thing to see, like,
the growth.
Yeah, imagine like 20 years ago, you feel me? Like how whatever we were all doing collectively, just imagine 20 years ago to now look like. Imagine what you were doing in the year 2000 to now like
now.
This. Like imagine, you know what I'm saying? So everybody's come a long way. Everybody's found themselves. They transformed themselves, reinvented themselves in a great way. You know, it's just beautiful to watch. You know, watch the transformation of young boys, literally young boys. Yeah, turning into some real live men, like
and
really.
To the point where, like, you know,
changing lives, man.
We were the ones looking up to them. Now they're the ones looking up to us.
Which is crazy.
You know what I mean? And it's eye opening when I hear like, oh, big bro, like, like,
for real.
Like I ain't 40 yet.
The amount of people that called me their mentor this year threw me off. Like, wait, what?
But you gotta realize
you
that's
gotta
what
just
you're
accept
doing.
it. Word.
You gotta accept it because you don't realize who's watching those steps and getting inspired by what you're doing. You know, so and that's like you don't know who's watching, and it's a little bit of inspiration that can help. Like you said, like when it was a career day, I went like my wife worked in that school that we went to. I went a couple years, and a couple years back, I went and I was talking to talking to a class, and then one of my wife's students came up like, oh, Miss O, I'm gonna be an accountant. Oh, like wow! Like that was the next week. Like, oh, after he spoke, I want to be an accountant now. I'm like, wow, like
that's dope.
Like I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, she came like, wow, like you know that was a good feeling. Like I mean, I'm not trying to turn these kids into accountants. I'm trying to just open their minds to just knowing that it's bigger than and like that. To have that, you never know what effect you're gonna have on someone by just saying the right words at the right time,
bro. After the event that day. Remember we met the kid that was doing his own drawings and everything like that, and we were reposting him and posting him. He's still doing his drawings. He's still out there moving his brand. He was in third grade. Kid in third grade, he was like, yo, I do drawings, I draw things. And all the teachers were like, yo, he's a great artist, this, that. So we looked at his work. I'm like, yo, you could draw, bro. Like, what's going on with you?
What you doing?
Yeah, like, I mean, he's in third grade, obviously.
Junior high. Oh, that was 8th grade.
Oh, my fault. That was a different situation. Sorry. That's the 8th grader.
Okay.
My bad. So with him, that was different because the group of teachers first, they were on our body, like, afterwards. Like, on some secret tip, like, oh yeah, so tell us how you like, let me know how you do that. Like, how you get that LLC? How you do that LLC? I'm gonna hit you up and let you know. Send me the information. I was like, yo, you be surprised because I thought we were gonna come in here and change all the youth. The youth was different because obviously with them we gave out socks, they answered questions, we interacted. It was a great thing.
That was dope,
but the teachers made that special to me. Because when they came up to me after, like, yo, asking for information. Teachers threw me out of class.
Talk about it, Brad. Talk about it.
I'm being dead serious. Teachers threw me out of class. So imagine going to a school talking to kids about, you know, your future and having my past, and then having a teacher ask me about information.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's gratification.
That just all that let me know is that whatever Mecca told me was the right thing. Stick to doing this. Yeah. Stick to this. Everything else you good at. Trust me, you good at. But stick to this though. Dibba dabble in that other stuff. But stick to this.
Remember why we started the foundation, right? Because you was already doing it.
Tell that story. Yeah.
Like you guys were already camp counselors. You were already in the, affecting having an effect on the youth in the community, right? So then you are doing things in the center and sending kids to summer camp and putting on concerts to get donations and for book bags and whatever else, and you were doing it behind this
theme MOR.
But this before the reason why we started MOR Foundation was because you were doing it for the center, and then eventually they were like, oh, you know, this is nice, but we'd much rather that you gave us the money. So it's like, oh, you're not for the people. This is where I grew up at, right?
Word.
So I said to you, I said, oh, then start your own.
I didn't know this story.
I said, so start your own. I said, so why don't you just start your own? She's like, well, what do you mean? And that was the first. I was like, I'll do it for you. It costs you $200.
And then it was over.
And from that,
the moment he said, start your own, and it took me on that path. It was over.
Yeah, you were gone.
Because I had all the information from all the other leagues. Just starting about basketball, I had all the information from all the other leagues because I played in them.
Of course.
Right? So then I understood the dynamics of their league. Then after I played in their leagues and I started our league, I understood what was genuinely missing. So I added that formula to what was missing that I felt was missing, and it worked.
But who you naturally are as an individual as well.
The networking helped it out.
Yes.
Because being able to ball with so many people, then they could use that as like, all right, well, he used to hoop. I remember him hooping at Zucker. He hooped at Spring Valley. He hooped at Pearl River. He hooped everywhere. All right, let me see what he got over here. Now when you come check it, it's legit. And then at the time, now we're gonna go into that. At the time, we had only the MOR money over rest on our jerseys. That's when we only had the tops. Then we 35 and up, we went full uniform, and then that's when it was really. But
then again, right? So that goes into tying into the
MOR apparel,
right? Because then I did a lot of research on how to get donations for a foundation. Like they said, most non-for-profits are funded by a for-profit, right? And we were just okay, what can we do? And we were here. This is a marketing genius here, right? And this is what he does for a living. And we pulled him in on the fashion side and everything else. We're like, yo, let's start the brand. Right, and this is where his creativity, is just that's what we love. Like we've always been. I don't want to say I'm into fashion. Like I don't know, because too many people say that now.
No, it's kinda, I don't care. Z's always been into fashion.
But he's been. I
don't care what y'all tell me.
We like being put together well.
No. Z was designing things. He was putting like holes in the bottom of his jeans to put his shoelaces through. He was doing some wild stuff.
I was altering garments.
Yeah, this guy was doing the most, yo. He was doing the absolute most, bro. Imagine we getting ready to go to these shows for 5 Star. I'm in my little jersey or whatever the case is, got my fitted on. Z come outside. I'm like, yo, what do you got on? He's like, yeah, I had to alter this right here on the inside so that when I flex like this, they can see this gleam a little bit. Talking about
that's right, Z.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I mean, so then naturally, it's like if we're gonna do fashion, we're gonna do fashion.
So we pulled our brother in, and he took the run. He ran with it.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? MOR apparel. I can't say it would not be where it is without Z, right? Because his vision and his passion behind
his drive,
and his drive, and me and Brett stepped back like, yo, go. Like we know that this is what you're good at.
Yeah.
Well,
you know what I mean? Go.
Well, I ain't gonna say nothing because a lot of times I'm out. I'm moving and grooving, baby. But anyway, we only got a few minutes left, rather. So Mecca, before we wrap up, please, because you done gave so many information that they're gonna watch on this recap when we post this on our YouTube channel. Shout out to Insatiable Productions, by the way, for making us look fabulous. Yo, we look amazing now. Everybody's hating. I'm getting DMs. They hating on us. That we look so
like
good.
A movie all the time.
And I love it. I love it. Shout out to Insatiable. So Mec, tell the people where they can find you, brother.
Well, right now, it's Mec Mills and on Instagram. I'm setting up my website for because like I said, this year, one of the crazy part about it, I was helping people start their own businesses that I never had mine registered because I was just helping it out of.
That's how it helps. That's how it helps.
I wasn't charging them anything. I'm like, yo, I was just giving the information because I know how much the information is worth.
Yes.
But now I gotta start charging, man. It's getting way too high, man. It's too many, but not in a bad way. It's like, all right, I'm giving them the information. I planted those seeds. People know what it is, and so now I'm putting together my I'm gonna help with trade. I can help trademarking. I can help registering your business. I can help with, clearing up your credit. I've helped people clear their credit up. It's just being on the inside and knowing what I know. I've been doing these things for people that I know to help them get back on track, just financially, out of love, out of care. Like that's just who I am. But yeah, now it's time to just register it, get it underway, and have
Feed
it.
the family, man.
Yeah, so it's the Mec Millions Foundation, the Mec Millions Financial Corp is getting started.
That's dope.
It's underway, and we're gonna be giving financial advice. I can do the books, I can do your books, I can do your tax returns, I can do corporate tax returns, individual tax returns, all of that information, your book and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what it is. Mec Millions Financial Corp.
That's fire. That's fire.
Definitely let us know so we could help promo that for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
To be all over the social media.
You already know. You already know. With our many outlets, we're gonna definitely blast that. So, all right, man. It was great having my man Mec Mills out here. This is crazy, man. Clap it up, Mec Mills.
Mixtape coming soon.
Definitely. I'm going to check that piff right now. Believe that. So we're going to get out of here with the MOR commercial. Make sure y'all check the website. Y'all know what it is, man. And see y'all next week.
Peace.
Do you have the desire to be more? Then MOR Apparel is the apparel company for you. We believe that more comfort, more quality, more functionality, more honesty, and more passion will inspire you to do more for yourself, for your family, and most importantly, your community. Take pride in yourself, in your team, and in the dream. Visit our website at www.morapparelus.com. That's www.morapparelus.com to get active today. And remember, it's MOR. Leave off the E for excuses.
Hey, Wonder.